welcome to another exciting episode on Badminton Unlimited. Coming up on the show, we spend a day with Michelle Lee and discover her love for food.
I love pastries, I love bread, but there's one thing that I eat wherever I go, it's egg tarts.
But first, we speak to Michelle Lee's coach and mentor, Jennifer Lee, who helped the Canadian realize her dreams of being a professional shuttler.
When we're beginning to start, we both not quite understand how things structured, because I only play a few tournaments at that time. A lot of kids that they hate exercise, but she's different. That's the time that I really thinking about this kid is really tough, and then maybe I will keep an eye to, watch on her, how her progress. And that time, that's how I find out this is Michelle Lee.
In Canada, Michelle Lee is the country's shining light for badminton, and it was in her hometown of Markham that the former Commonwealth Games champion found her footing in the sport. Under the careful guidance of Jennifer Lee at Lee's Badminton, Michelle began her remarkable rise into the elite ranks.
When I was 11, that's when I first started playing badminton, and I started at her club. So then since I started badminton, I've known her since I was really young. But a lot of my growth was, I think, credited to her, and I think I'm very grateful that I've met her.
I'm really proud of her because every single time when she beats some of the good players, I'm not there. We are very limited budget for me to travel with her. I'm proud of her because every single time that all the battle is for herself, on court. When we're beginning to start, we both not quite understand how things structured, because I only play a few tournaments at that time, and I don't have so much educated how I can bring her to a high level. But in these past 10 years that I go through tournaments with her, and we're studying opponents. I'm good friend with Anna Rice, who is top lady singles in the past before. And she also taught me quite a lot of different things, how to qualify to Olympic, how you should play this tournament and make her ranking go up. Welcome to Lee's Badminton. Let's show you around. We established this club in 1995, November. I was working at a bank. I find it really boring, for 3 years. And then I start pick up my racket and try to coach little kids. And somehow I find it out I really enjoy coaching. So here's some picture, and this picture is memory that 2016 Rio Olympic when I'm coaching Michelle at Rio. And there's some other players that I do coaching them before. Here is the pro shop that we carry a lot of products, and for members who like to buy, and we do have machines, stringing machines. Here, the club total, we have 7 courts, and the front 3 courts is for member use only. At the back, all 4 courts is for training center, and court number 5 is usually which Michelle Lee will train. And other court, she might don't like it, maybe complaining the lighting, or I don't know, it's not uncomfortable, but anyways, this is minor stuff. She likes to train at court 5.
It's not really my favorite court, it's just that court has a bit more cushion. At first it started off just a mat on concrete, and then slowly she added carpet, but that specific court she added an extra layer.
We do have about 70 kids training in Markham, and besides that, then we do have other group lessons that we are running. We're probably looking for another 100 and something students that they are regularly taking once a week in the weekend group lesson. This is how we function, and then we don't lease it out to the court for booking, and then we sell membership too. I find out this business structure that can guarantee every single month that I can have a fixed income to pay my rent. Honestly, I always be neutral to other clubs coaches. I always seeing that one word in saying the pie is that big. Everyone share the pie is fine. I don't want to swallow the whole pizza because you can't swallow. So the better things that we work together, we can make more pie. People are saying that okay, more club open. Jennifer, how you feel? Will you affecting your business? Yes, business will be affecting, but it's happier that you're seeing that 20 clubs in Markham, everyone's alive. right? Everyone can afford to pay the rents, and that means that there's a lot of needs from this sport. Then you can see coming up another 10 years, you can see Canada will have more high-level players is coming though. When she finished the 2012 England Olympic, she got an offer from other country to tell her to moving back, and they were training there, and then everything will get covered. So I said, you know, Michelle, if you really sacrifice yourself, that if you stay in Canada, and then you'll be one of the role model, and let other players or younger players know that there's an opportunity. If they train in Canada, they will be one of you. That's why she stayed in Canada. Even though maybe it's like 10 times difficult, like then she probably will train in other country, but like she prefers to choose to stay in Canada. That's I'm happy to see her to make these decisions.
Everybody knows that this, I guess, path that I have taken is very tough. It's a lot of sacrifice, but I hope that I can inspire them to kind of fight for their dreams. Yeah, so I just hope that I can be a good role model, and yeah. I'm from Team Canada, and I'm here in Nanning, China for the Total BWF Cedarman Cup. I've been traveling and competing all around the world now for up to 10 years, and I love what I do, and I still cherish every opportunity that I get. So today I really hope that I can show you a little bit of my life here at a tournament, and it's lunchtime now, so I'm going to go meet my teammates for lunch. So the tournament starts tomorrow, but I only got in last night, and very late too, because our flight got delayed. So I was supposed to arrive around 11 p.m., but I ended up arriving around 2 a.m. Because of the flight delay. And these things do happen, especially with traveling, and there are so many things that you can't control, and it's part of the athlete life to kind of learn to adapt and adjust to things you can't control. And so yeah, so I'm a little tired today, but at least I have a good day today to prepare and rest and recover for the match tomorrow. Hello. Why are you laughing at me? 谢谢. Sweat steak before practice. Do you want that pizza? It's the rice that I want.
您是不想吃肉吗？
我就不想那么多肉。对对对，谢谢. So I ordered a curry chicken rice with less chicken and a little bit more, I guess, vegetables. In terms of my diet, I do have another 3 hours, so I don't mind eating a little bit more now, so that'll last me a little longer up until our practice. But usually I try to stay away from beef or pork, too heavy meats, because I do feel a lot heavier after eating those, so I stick to fish and chicken. White rice, it's for me it's sometimes, but I like to have it when I'm in Asia, because I think the Korean in China is actually, for me, it's a lot tastier. I know some people don't see a difference, but yeah, so that's usually my choices and how I decide what I eat. So today I'm just taking a short walk around the hotel. I can't really go far because tomorrow is competition day and I have practice later on today, so I can't really go far, and I just wanted to take a nice little walk around the hotel. Well, I'm always excited to always come back to Asia, and a lot of tournaments are in China, so I definitely always look forward to coming back and almost feeling like home because I'm Chinese, and the food here is always really, really, really yummy, so I really like to eat too, and it's like my second home. At tournaments, I usually get bananas. I try to not get grapes because if you eat the skin, like if I don't wash it like clean enough, then it's easy to get sick. So I usually get bananas, but this is a lot. So I'd probably get like 3 or 4, and then I'd have it throughout the week. Yeah, oh, these mangoes look nice too. I really love mangoes in Asia. Canada mangoes are not very sweet. Pears, actually I love all fruit. I eat a lot of fruit, and I have a sweet tooth, so if fruit is sweet, then I'll eat it. So the owner of this fruit stall suggested I try their lychee, and I really like lychee, so I'm gonna try one. I hope it's really sweet. Oh, it's so juicy and smells good. It's my favorite. I always have 10 at home, and my mom says you can't eat that much because it's not good for you to eat too much, but I love lychee. It's so good. So usually when I get to a new country, especially to a city or a country I've never been before, I like to explore the hotel and around the hotel and see convenience stores and just supermarkets to kind of get some of the essentials that I need in my room. So I usually like to get some water. Probably that's not enough. So like water just in case, like if the hotel doesn't have any, or at the gym for practice, I always need water. And then I always like to get some snacks because I like to eat a lot. So in my room, I am always munching on some things, and anything like from cookies to some nuts. I usually go with almonds. Don't know what they have here, but we can look. So I love these nuts where you kind of have to kind of crack it open yourselves. I find them to be a little bit more fresh. Me and my dad always used to eat them together. Maybe even some bread too. I think that's a really good pre-training snack. My favorite is raisin bread. So I'm gonna guess that this is raisin. So no, wait, it says red bean. But let's see if they have another one. Yeah, no, that's it. They only have red bean bread, but that's okay. This is a pretty small supermarket, but I think these are the essentials that I need. Oh, there's another secret hiding room, but there's no snacks here. Let's go back. Yeah, I don't really drink anything else other than water. I don't drink pop or juice because it's too much sugar. And so yeah, I just got some snacks and water for training. So yeah, good to go. 一瓶水，对。13块5。谢谢，谢谢。It really depends on which city I'm in. Sometimes when I'm in Europe, I like to cook because hotels are really expensive. So then I stay in Airbnbs, and usually Airbnbs do have kitchens, and it's a really great way to save money on food too, because eating in Europe can get pretty pricey. I don't cook as much in Asia, and especially it's also very convenient in Asia, so I don't really cook much in Asia. There's so much good food around in Asia. It's also very dangerous because, like I said, I really like to eat, and especially the things that are the most unhealthy are the most delicious. So, oh man, I love pastries, I love bread, but there's one thing that I eat wherever I go, it's egg tarts. Like no matter what country I'm in, I always have to go find egg tarts or even pineapple buns, but mostly egg tarts or even those little, I call them chicken egg balls because if you directly translate it from Cantonese, it's chicken egg balls, but it's like these little mini waffle balls. I think it's quite common now and it's everywhere. People you have it with ice cream now, but I always just like it, the original taste of it. Yeah. So it's time to go back. I don't really have too much time to venture out too long or too far, but it's good that I got my essentials and I got the little taste of the local life around Nannang, and it's time to go back and prepare for training.
It's time for a short break here on Badminton Unlimited, but do stay with us as we continue our day with Michelle Lee as she heads to her practice session.
Especially for badminton players because we do so much twisting and turning and lunging, and our IT pan is usually the tightest. So I'm heading to training now. I usually take the team bus, but because today I'm filming with you guys, so I'm taking a special car. I just got here last night, so I need to kind of get a feel of what the court is like and see if there's any drafts and kind of get used to the stadium because different size stadiums, the feeling is very different and then the shuttle speed is also very different. So we usually like to get a feel of that before the match so that when it comes to the tournament day, there are no surprises. So I travel a lot. I do love traveling, but there are also a lot of things that I really hate about traveling, like going on a plane, dealing with jet lag, but most of the time it's more just adjusting to a new environment. Once I get really comfortable in the environment, I have to fly to another city again, and I didn't get enough time to kind of explore one city. I'm already having to go to another city, so I think that's a little frustrating because there's so much I want to see in one city, but I never really get a chance to. So with jet lag, it does take some time to get used to. So knowing that I say I'm going to Asia 3 or 4 days before, I like to slowly kind of adjust my sleeping time so that when I do get to Asia, it's not like at once that it hits me. I maybe would sleep a little later, so then I would kind of be used to kind of staying up a little later, so then I would last a little longer in the day when I'm actually in Asia. And at the same time, when I'm on the plane is 15 hours, I like to time it, so then I would sleep toward at the end part of the flight versus in the very beginning. So just little things like that I do to kind of prepare myself for the jet lag. So at home I live with my parents and my brother, his wife, and his baby daughter. So my niece is only 1 year old and she is so cute. But it's funny because even though she's my niece, and I post on social media, my Instagram account, everything that I say that she's my niece, a lot of people still ask me if she's my baby or not. And I think it's kind of funny because people still think that I had time to get pregnant and I still be able to compete. So I do miss home a lot. Like I miss my family, I miss my baby niece, but I think it's all part of it. And other than missing my family and not being able to see as much as I want to, I do love traveling. I do love playing badminton and competing in all these tournaments. So usually before I get on court, there's a couple things that I need to do. So I injured my Achilles tendon for the past year or so. So before I get on court, before I even start stretching, I usually tape it. So it's for my right Achilles. So this is the Power Flex. So it's like soft and squishy. It's not sticky, but it only sticks to itself. And then this is Leuco tape. So Leuco tape is a bit more stiff, so it doesn't allow for any movement. If I don't tape it, I lose a lot of speed and I feel a little bit more insecure. So with training and practice and whenever I'm on court, I tape it. So it gives me a little bit more confidence, and it takes a little bit of pain away because it restricts the movement of my Achilles. And to get it back to 100%, you need to rest. And a quicker way is probably surgery, but the recovery time for surgery is already 4 months. And with Olympics coming up and Olympic qualification just starting, that's really not an option for me. So right now it's about learning how to play with less pain, making sure that I ice after every training, taping it before each training so that it doesn't get worse, and I can manage the pain level. So usually before I start stretching or doing anything else, I like to roll. I roll usually, like, say, the parts that I get tight most. So my calves, because I injured my Achilles, so that my calves are usually really tight, my glutes, and my quads. And then sometimes I have knots in my back, so then if you get a massage ball like this one is more painful because it's got the spikes, but usually a massage ball, just like a smooth one, is enough. So I start with the calves. This ball hurts so much. So this is for my IT band, and that's usually, especially for badminton players, because we do so much twisting and turning and lunging, and our IT band is usually the tightest. Well, it's the tightest for me, and that actually leads to a lot of knee problems. So that's what I'm loosening up right now. And it hurts. This ball. I don't usually use balls with spikes, so this is actually hurting more than usual. So after rolling, I just start doing some stretches and doing some motions to kind of release my spine and just open up my body a little bit. So like some stretches and some dynamic movements. So after stretching, I like to do some dynamic movements, kind of get the heart rate up, and then I'll go directly on court. So I'm done for today. I think that was a pretty good training, and right now I'm heading back to the hotel. Gonna have some rest, and then later on before dinner we're gonna have a team meeting to prepare for our match tomorrow. So yeah, so today is just about rest and recovery now, so hopefully tomorrow we'll have a really good performance and get a win for the team. Bye!
That's it for this episode of Badminton Unlimited. Join us again next week when we are in Jakarta with former world champion Sigit Budiarto, who now enjoys nurturing Indonesia's young talent. And we look ahead to the next stop on the HSBC BWF World Tour, the Yonex US Open 2019. In the meantime, remember to log on to bwfworldtour.com for all the latest stories and features on HSBC BWF World Tour. Bye-bye.